Syria, where opposition fighters are advancing on the city of Aleppo. They've taken control of towns and villages and captured government soldiers and military equipment. Earlier on Friday, thousands of fighters reached the outskirts of the northwestern city. Syria's military says it's repelled the attack. It's also carried out 16 airstrikes on the city of Idlib. The Turkish government has called for an end to the strikes on the rebel-controlled areas in Idlib. And the fighting is the biggest offensive in Syria's northwestern provinces in several years. It's been concentrated in and around the provinces of Aleppo and Idlib.
According to Iranian sources, the Russian-trained 25th Special Mission Forces Division, formerly Tiger Forces, have been deployed to Aleppo to retake parts of the M5 highway. Kafr Halab in western Aleppo has reportedly been completely taken over by anti-Assad forces. Video shows large military reinforcement of the Syrian National Army north of Aleppo. Fierce clashes take place as rebel forces launch an assault on the town of Anadin, northwest of Aleppo. Russian warplanes is carrying raids in Dadik village, southern Idlib countryside. Russian raids target the city of Atarib, west of Aleppo now. Russia resumed airstrikes tonight. Areas bombed: Atarab, West Aleppo, and outskirts of Sarakeb, southeast Idlib. Russian warplanes carries raids in Zakir and Mariblit. Anadin is completely captured by rebels. Rebels have targeted a convoy of government forces pickups and loaders at the Ebla University Junction near Sarakeb city, causing casualties. Russian military police and special operation forces have withdrawn from Mena Air Base, Tal Rifat and Aleppo city. Rebels were able to control the village of al-Qusaybiyah, southwest of Aleppo, in addition to seizing a tank after violent clashes with the pro-Assad forces. Missile shelling targets the vicinity of Taftanaz town, east of Idlib. Major SDF reinforcements are arriving at Manbij. Russian warplanes bomb the village of Yaked al-Adash in the northern countryside of Aleppo. Rebels: we are fighting fierce battles in the western and southern countryside of Aleppo. Russian aircraft target the vicinity of the town of Mare, north of Aleppo. Aleppo. The Military Operations Department announces its control over the entire western Aleppo countryside, after battles with the pro-Assad forces that lasted for more than 36 continuous hours within the deterrence of aggression operation. Casualties as a result of the airstrike on the National Army headquarters near Maraya, Aleppo. Rebels control the villages of al-Bawabiyah, south of Aleppo, and al-Talhiya, east of Idlib, as part of Operation Deterrence_of_aggression. Rebels announce control over Tal Karatin village in eastern Idlib countryside as part of Operation. Rebels announce control over Abu Kansa town east of Idlib. Rebels captured Khan al-Sabul and Khan al-Sabul forest. Combing is underway. Rebels had took control of Khan Tuman silos in southern Aleppo countryside. Sarakib city, preparation and intensive bombardment. Rebels seized 4 tanks in the town of Khan Tuman, south of Aleppo. The village of Zitan in the southern countryside of Aleppo was completely captured by rebels. Clashes in al-Rashidan at western entrance to Aleppo city. Rebels seized a tank on the Khan al-Sabal axis. Rebels have taken control of Kalasa town in southern Aleppo countryside. A military vehicle loaded with Iranian and Hezbollah militias was destroyed by a drone in the town of Kafr Hamra, northwest of Aleppo. Burna village south of Aleppo captured by rebels. Mass exodus from the neighborhoods of New Aleppo, Al-Furqan, Al-Hamdaniya, Al-Zahra Association and the University housing after the rebels reached the city's outskirts. Airstrike on the Rashidan axis, west of Halabja. Syrian warplanes target Bin al-Ruaya axis in the southern Idlib countryside with several raids. Tel Mardik was captured by rebels. Rebels seized Al-Ais Hill in southern Aleppo. A circular from the rebels' military operations department to all civilians in Aleppo, in the areas indicated in red, immediate evacuation and stay away from them for your safety. Rebels have seized the town of al-Sabkiya in the southern countryside of Aleppo. Material damage as a result of airstrikes by pro-Assad forces targeting the village of Takad and the town of al-Nairab, northwest Syria. Video. A tank belonging to the pro-Assad forces was damaged inside the city of Sarakib, east of Idlib, after being targeted by the Shaheen brigades. Assad forces bombard eastern neighborhoods of Idlib city with missiles. Syrian opposition forces control al-Rashidan neighborhood, the first neighborhood in Aleppo city. An airstrike on the town of Taftanaz, east of Idlib. The fighting factions within the deterrence_of_aggression operation control the town of al-Hadir, which is one of the largest towns in the southern Aleppo countryside. The joint Syrian-Russian warplanes target, with a series of airstrikes, military gatherings and targets belonging to armed groups in the vicinity of Idlib city, and on the axis of the villages and towns of Binish, Afs, al-Nairab, Kaminas, and the eastern axis of Jabal al-Zawiya, southeast of Idlib. Rebels have captured al-Ais and al-Hadir in southern Aleppo. Tal Hadia in southern Aleppo was completely captured by rebels. Aleppo city entrance checkpoint is now under the control of the rebels and the advance continues in depth. Syrian military commander to DPA, coming hours in Aleppo will be decisive as reinforcements arrive. Russian military is moving military equipment out of their base north of Syrian, south of Kobane and east of Manbij. Rebels took control of new areas in the countryside of Aleppo and Idlib, the most important of which is the Scientific Research Center. Russian aircraft launch airstrikes with vacuum missiles on the outskirts of Kafr Ad village in the southern Idlib countryside. Russian warplanes target the city of Atarib in the western countryside of Aleppo with vacuum missiles. Rebels took full control of the village of Tarnaba, east of Idlib, after expelling the pro-Assad forces from it. Syrian opposition forces control Ebla University and the town of al-Daria, northeast of Sarakib in the Idlib countryside. HTS are now attacking Aleppo city with up-armored SVB-IEDs amidst a seeming collapse of loyalist positions in the area. Rebels have taken control of al-Ais town south of Aleppo. Special military sources for Steppe Agency, Syrian opposition forces control the entire, New Aleppo, area amidst the fiercest battles witnessed by Aleppo. Syrian opposition takes control of al-Hamdaniya neighborhood in Aleppo. Syrian opposition factions. Our forces took control of al-Hamdaniya and New Aleppo neighborhoods and are continuing to advance. Syrian revolutionaries from the center of the New Aleppo neighborhood comb and expel Hezbollah and Iranian militias. Rebels captured al-Hamdaniya neighborhood and 3,000 apartments, New Aleppo and the 1070 apartment project, the Engineers Association and the Military Academy. And beginning of entering the depths of the city, including al-Furqan neighborhood, Salah al-Din and al-Azima. Rebels have announced control over the villages of Khaznia and Razm al-Sarij in the southern Idlib countryside. Warplanes target residential neighborhoods in Idlib city with several raids. Airstrikes target Idlib and al-Dana cities, with reports of casualties. Airstrikes by the warplane targeted the city of Darat Izza, coinciding with artillery shelling of the city of Atarib, west of Aleppo, today, Friday, November 29. Airstrikes on the cities of Sarmada and al-Dana, north of Idlib. Syrian rebels captured a large amount of manpads from pro-Assad forces. Military equipment captured Bthe village of Sheikh Ali in the western countryside of Aleppo. Anti-government armed groups clashing with pro-Assad forces have seized control of the strategically important Saraqib district of Idlib. Turkish Foreign Ministry. Recent government attacks on Idlib have reached a level that harms the implementation of what was agreed upon in Astana. Turkish Foreign Ministry. Recent clashes in northern Syria have led to an undesirable escalation of tension in the region. The Syrian army withdraws from the city of Saraqib. Anti-Assad forces have taken over Basel Square in Aleppo. The square was named after Hafez al-Assad's son who died in a car crash in 1994. Netanyahu to hold private discussion tonight with senior security officials on Syria and Lebanon. Rebels have extended its control over the city of Saraqib completely after the completion of combing operations. Many equipment seized in the city of Saraqib, east of Idlib. Fierce and intense battles inside Aleppo city. Syrian opposition factions control the military hospital in the Makambo neighborhood in Aleppo. Four civilians killed in airstrikes by Assad and Russian aircraft on a gas station and residential neighborhoods in the center of Idlib city. Syrian Democratic Forces target Maraya city in northern Aleppo countryside with artillery shells. Turkish Armed Forces artillery units are hitting SDF targets in the Telephone Rafat region. Rebels have captured Sheikh Mansour and the village of Islaman, east of Saraqib, and seized 6 tanks and 2 rocket launchers.